Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Daily News Analysis by Tathastu ICS. We are just going to discuss the Hindu newspaper for the day 7th April 2026. Earlier we were taking the session, but there was a technical issue, so that's why we are starting over from the starting. Okay. So you will get this PDF in the description box, as well as you can scan this QR code and join our Telegram channel to get the regular updates on it. Okay. So today we are just going to see certain things. Okay. We are just going to see the topics for the day, these 5. Okay. So the first one is about the National Green Tribunal, where in the Delhi NCR region, Southwest Delhi, where the urban program, urban development program have encroached the little bit of the wetland area. So we're just going to see like what the National Green Tribunal take a stand here and what is the things going on. Okay, so in this case it is important for us in the GS3 as it related with the National Green Tribunal and also the environment impact assessment, and also we are just going to see the jurisdiction of National Green Tribunal. Okay, then when it comes to the second one, when it comes to the National Green Tribunal, it will be like GS2 majorly. Okay, because it is a statutory body, right? Then rights and dignity, mental health. This editorial is basically upon the amendment bill of the Transgender Protection Act. Okay, so here the Transgender Protection Act amendment bill, that what it happened here is, there is earlier it was a self identification can be done by any of a man or a woman, they can identify themselves as a transgender earlier, but now they have like brought the medical procedure, so which is giving the hurdles for them practically to identify them as a transgender. Okay, so we are just going to see how this amendment bill clauses have been affecting the rights, dignity and the mental health of transgenders. Okay, in two perspectives we are just going to see. One is those amendment bill, okay, and also this amendment bill will be coming under GS2, and also the vulnerability and the position of the transgender in the society based upon GS1. We are just going to see how one section of the society is facing these kind of problems. Okay, then when it comes to the third one, it is climate change. This article is a completely new one, where earlier whenever we talk about the climate change, there used to be the notion where there will be a vision like, okay, these are the environmental issues that is going to happen. If there is any climate change, we are just going to face this any other food security or the natural disasters, right? But this article is promoting one more thing, like this article is proposing one more thing. See, there is another perspective for this climate change also. The impact is not going to stop only in the environment or in the nature's perspective, it is going to affect human health as well. So as we have discussed in the session, like today's World Health Day, so in that perspective we have two different articles today. So with this article is combining this climate change with interrelating it with the health, okay, public health you can say. Then when it comes to the fourth one, it is illogical acts, where it is very short, just to understand the problems and issues, okay, currently happening based upon SIR. Okay, clear? And when it comes to CEC removal, okay, so we are just going to see it in the GS2 perspective, how the removal procedures are going on and what is the current situation right now. The current situation is just for an understanding, and the major insight will be on the removal procedures for the day. So again, it is for the GS2 paper. These two articles will be helpful for us in the health perspective. Okay, so can we move further? The first one is about the National Green Tribunal. Okay. Here if you see, the National Highway Authority of India violated environmental rules in the construction of a section of the Urban Extension Road 2. So in Delhi, Southwest Delhi area, Goila Khod village hai, there they have started this Urban Extension Road program, where the area which have been mentioned as a wetland, okay, there was a little encroachment is there, okay. So the people are telling that there is no environmental impact assessment have been taken place properly, and also there is like the wetland have been encroached. So this is the major thing they have proposed here. Okay. So if you see here, the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change did not follow the proper environmental impact assessment, and also the wetlands. Anyway, the wetlands are not supposed to take the there should be no construction or encroachment should not be happen. But here the rule 4 of the wetlands rules does not permit any kind of encroachment on the wetlands, right? It also does not permit construction of permanent nature in the wetland. So there should be no construction, and also there should be no encroachment also in this wetland area. But what is happening here is, if you see the data, like 0.23% of the area have been encroached here. See, the amount of encroachment is not is a different matter, but the thing is, like, when there is rules, when there is certain procedures you have to follow, there should be no encroachment or no construction. Even 1 meter or 1 centimeter of encroachment is also not good, which is showing that the procedures is not been followed properly, and also there is a governmental issues or the governance issues going on there. Okay, so this is a major issue here. So from this case, what we are just going to see is, National Green Tribunal started in 2010. It is a statutory body. Okay, with the law we have started, and also the composition, the National Green Tribunal will be composed of chairperson and the judicial members and the expert members. Expert members will be like those who are like well versed in the mathematics, science, or the environmental related things. Okay, so their jurisdiction will be under Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act, where the wetlands also wetlands also coming under this. Okay. Then second one is about the Air Prevention of Control of Pollution Act 1981, okay, and Environmental Protection Act, Forest Conservation and Biological Diversity Act of 2002. So the based on these they will be opting. Okay, if there is any issue related to water, air pollution, and also this biodiversity areas encroachment, or if there is any loss of habitat, all these things will be given straight away given to the National Green Tribunal, where it will be easing and fast tracking the cases for this. Okay, so we don't want to wait unless and until the other district courts or high courts taking care of these matters, because already they have a lot of cases, right? So this is a dedicated tribunal where nature related, the environment related can be focused there, and the cases can be fast tracked. Okay, so if you see the fast tracking importance here, if a development program is coming, okay, so if the processes keep on delaying with the cases pending burden on other courts, okay, it will be delaying the development process also, and it will be deteriorating the environment nature also, right? The halfway it would have been stopped. Example, like imagine constructing a pillar in a nearby pond. Okay, if it is half of the pillar have been constructed and the processes keep on going on, so at that time the carbon emission from those cement and also the debris that have been left over there, so this will be affecting the whole habitat. Okay, be it any like the aqua habitat or any other land surface habitat. Okay, so this kind of things should not be deteriorating the environment, so the National Green Tribunal will be doing the fast track clearance of the cases. Okay, clear till now? So this is what important for us in this article, nothing much here. Okay, so other than that, certain things, political things are there, like the misinformation have been reported to the press and everything, so that is not that much important for us. Okay, but we are just going to take the National Green Tribunal only, learn about it, because already we have discussed this 2 to 3 times. Okay, so moving on. And it is not necessary like from which area to which area it is connecting this urban express roadway and everything. Okay, so just go through the ministry, which ministry it comes under, and also the National Green Tribunal. Okay, only the static part. Next comes to the second one, a disturbing step for rights, dignity and mental health. So into if you see, this article is about Transgenders Protection Bill Amendment, okay, in 2026. So this bill have been amended in 2026, but when we see the original one, when this act have been started, it have been started in 2019, okay. So in 2019 it have been proposed that the Transgender Protection Act will be, Transgender Persons Protection of Rights Amendment, Act will be started in the 2019. It have been started, and there they have, there is one cornerstone have been kept aside, okay. First thing, why in 2019 it have been formulated, because going back from 2019, we would be able to see in 2014 in the Nalsa case, the Supreme Court judgment was like the transgenders can recognize their gender by self-identification, okay. This is the keystone judgment of this Nalsa versus Union of India case in 2014. After that, we are able to see the vulnerability of this section of the community, section of the society, which is transgenders. Their enrollment in the education space, and also huge dropouts. There is no welfare schemes for them. They are not officially recognized actually. And also there is lot of low opportunities in employment, and there are certain mishappenings are happening for this transgender people. Literally, they are not into the society. There is no recognition for them. There is no proper opportunities for them earlier. So to recognize them and to bring the welfare schemes to their doors, and also to empower them, this 2019 Protection Act have been came into the force. Okay. So in 2014 it have been told that, so the self identification can be done by any person, any man or woman can identify themselves as a transgender. There is no need of any other procedures, okay. This is the first thing. And it have made one more thing, like there is no certification is needed at that time, okay. There is no medical report, or there is no medical investigation is important in that time. But 2019, even though there is a lot of even though this cornerstone of like self identification is kept in the 2019 act, but there is some contradictions also. Like why there are some contradictions? Along with that, majorly lot of welfares and good things have been highlighted in the 2019, where there will be recognition, there will be non-discrimination, and also there will be welfare schemes for these transgender peoples. Okay. So if you see here, okay, it acknowledged the community's long history of discrimination and exclusion and sought to prohibit discrimination, ensure access to education, healthcare, and development and employment support, skill development, and housing measures. So all these are a very good part of this 2019 Transgender Persons Protection Act, okay, Protection of Rights Act. So this is a major concern. But if you see what is the issue with the amendment bill, so here they have struck down that there won't be there won't be any validation for self identification. Instead, what you have to do is, like, you have to appear before the medical board, okay. You have to recognize yourself, you belong to which gender, and we will be taking the biology test, and it will be this will be reported to the district magistrate, and you will be given the status of transgender. It is one kind of a good thing, because there is the most of the things will be like the reliable transgender people will be getting this welfares and everything schemes, right? Be it recognition in the employment, education, reservation, or any scholarship, whatever it is, okay. But the drawback here is, practically, biologically, we cannot identify, or we cannot give the we cannot properly prove them or give the identification that I belong to this, like I'm a man or woman or transgender. Biologically we cannot notify it. Problem here is the human body with certain genitals who have born, okay, like man or women. so man or a woman with a specific genitals they would have born, right? After certain point of time they will be changing their there will be some changes in their gender, but the biological terms cannot be identifying which exact gender they have been shifted to. So that is a practicality problem here. So if you are going for this medical board report and everything, 2-3 things are very stressing for these people. First thing is somebody else has to identify my gender, first thing. Second thing, there will be a lot of like not a smooth kind of a test it will be, okay. There will be harsh test also will be there, okay. Somewhere or the other their privacy is keep on hitting, and the dignity to prove themselves as an individual, to identify them as an individual, I have to go through all these things, which is practically not possible, where my dignity has been questioned, right? And also when it comes to the rights of them, like it is my right to live with the dignity based on the article 21. It is my right to live with the dignity and I can choose my gender, but in this amendment bill it is showing that somebody else is going to decide my gender, right? So where is my right is going on there? So the article 14 of equality, article 15 non-discrimination, article 19 of expressing my own views and thoughts, okay. Apart from that, article 21 is also involved in this, okay. So if a man and woman can identify themselves with no medical board is needed, with no medical report is needed to identify themselves as a man or a woman, then why the transgender is? So here the equality is questioned, and the major concern for this amendment bill is to bring the equality, their participation also in the society. So in this two perspective we could connect with article 14, 15, 19 and 21, okay. Keeping in mind, we're just going to see the amendment to the 2019 Act, which was notified in the Gazette on March 30, 2026. Excuse me, fundamentally reverses the NALSA judgment. It replaces self-identification with the medical and bureaucratic gatekeeping, where somebody else is through a medical board or through a bureaucratic gateway, I'm just going to identify myself, I belong to this like trans men or trans women, like that, okay. So there is no medical or evaluative biomarker for gender identity. This is the major problem here. No external knowledge or proof of any sort can determine the deeply held and personally felt experience of one's gender identity. So this is the major concern here, where it cannot be actually like spoken with a proof or something. The biological terms are not favoring this condition here, okay. So when you move towards this, apart from that, many of which do not exist, another one is about the accessibility. So if I am going to any medical board for witnessing my gender, okay, to take the gender test or something, so here it is a major thing. It is not available in every district level. It is somewhere like the higher cities are having it, and some of major of the cities are not having this medical boards. So problem here is I'm not able to access to those medical boards, and I'm denied already the opportunity of getting all those welfares and also the those things that I am supposed to receive from the Indian government, right? Okay, so this is a major thing. And apart from that, the core context of this article is about the mental health fallout crisis in the making. So if you see the data, like 99% of the transgenders are being insulted, okay. There is like extremely vulnerable in the society, and there have the social rejection everywhere, okay. So in the educational opportunities, educational spaces, and also in the employment areas, they are majorly facing this this social rejection only. So apart from the rejections, if you see certain things like the humiliation they are facing, the toilets they are using, where the when the trans women are going to for the washrooms, okay, there also there is lot of humiliation is happening, and the sexual harassments, and also the verbal harassments, okay. All this making fun, mocking, joking, everything is happening in the educational spaces and also in the employment which is employment areas, which is causing them to either drop out from all those opportunities, and second thing is majorly resulting in the suicidal cases. So the mental health of the people here affecting in two ways. One is already the rejection is happening, harassment is happening, and this medical board report is somewhere or the other the harsh or the difficult test that they have to go through, even in their the whole complete body they have to go through with this difficult test. So that will be, even though even it will be adding the mental stress to them. Okay, so this is talking about this mental health of the transgenders. Okay, how it is very vulnerable for them to go through all these mental stress throughout their life. Okay, and another thing is the amendment introduced a clause that criminalizes undue influence in helping someone identify as transgender. So if you see in the case of like gender identification in the newborn, like the babies, right? So like that, if somebody is helping them to identify their gender, they will be penalized. So if this is happening, then nobody will be coming to help them, like NGOs will not be coming to help them, because the accessibility for medical board is not open to me. I'm not able to access those government institutions. I don't have the opportunity to go and take all those tests by individually, right? So when that is not possible, at least some other people has to help me. If somebody is not encouraged to help me officially, okay, legally, if you are penalizing them, the doctors who are taking the test, or any NGO workers will be coming to help them, they will also be penalized. So nobody will be ready to help them. So the another door of opportunity is also been shut down for them. So these clause, either this clause has to be little relaxed, so that this certain people, government recognized doctors, can help them in identifying the gender. So these kind of things have to be changed. So that is what suggesting in this article. Okay, so if you see, additionally, the amendment collapses distinctions between transgender, intersex and hijra identities, erasing cultural, social and biological differences. So the problem here is, it is not only stopping with the recognition, it is also about mixing up the different section of the society, where the cultural, social and biological difference is also been not taken into the consideration. It is completely put all together, they put in a one particular sphere. Okay, so that is what they are here talking about. So what we have to do is, like, see, instead of being very crucial about the test and everything, we have to move further towards what is very practical, and there should be medical board test, okay, but it should not be based on the impractical things. Okay, biologically we cannot prove that one of a person is belong to this transgender community. Okay, so we have to go for the practical solutions. That is what here we are going through. So certain things here, it is important for GS1 paper society, the vulnerable section, okay, transgenders, and also the another section is about the GS2, like how the right, dignity, the opportunity and the equality has been distributed about different sections of people. Here one more thing what we see, like there is collapses the distinctions, the differences have been collapsed here, where they all put in one particular section, where their individual voices, their individual recognition has not been taken place. Okay, so there the article 14 equality has been challenged. So it is what important from GS2 perspective. Just read about it, a good article, okay, based upon the World Health Day. It is been given. Mental health is not only for one particular section or different one or two, it is about the complete environment.